everyone, it's Ellie. I am back after a long time away from YouTube. School is just a lot of work, and now that I am back, I have some special new additions to myself, and as a result of that experience, I have new knowledge to share with all of you. Here I am coming at you with 5 things I wish I knew before getting pierced. Let's get right into it. Thing number 1 is do not ever, no matter what, never get pierced with a gun. There are several reasons for this. First of all being, there is no way to sanitize the gun. The earring, yeah, that'll be sterile, but there is no way to sanitize that gun. Thousands of people are getting their ear pierced with the same gun, with lots of people touching the gun and it's touching other people, and that's not sanitary. You could get an infection so easily. And the second reason is that gun was actually designed to pierce the ear of hurdle to tag them. Hurdle. Of cattle. Okay. Ooh, bringing it back. That gun was actually designed to pierce the ears of cattle, or yeah, cows, cattle, okay, cattle. To pierce the ears of cows, to tag them, like farmers, you know how they do that to the animals. It's first of all very painful, which is unnecessary. It's second of all not sanitary, like I said before. Third, that design for the gun to pierce through an animal's ear, not accurate, and we care about accurate placement on our ears, of course, and also it hasn't been updated since it was invented decades and decades ago. So, overall, a gun, not good for lobe piercings, and especially not good for cartilage piercing, because the trauma of getting that gun in your ear will shatter your cartilage. Shattered cartilage takes over a year to heal, versus a standard cartilage piercing done the right way that takes about a couple months to fully heal. Alright, second reason, second thing I wish I knew before getting piercings is don't ever use rubbing alcohol, peroxide, or Neosporin, like that ointment that heals it, on your ear piercings. Piercings, as my new piercer, the one who just did all of these for me, instructed me, are puncture wounds. Puncture wounds are not meant to be treated the same way as skin wounds, like abrasions and cuts and stuff like that. So what peroxide and rubbing alcohol do is they kill off and dry out the new cells that are forming in the piercing that are trying to get the piercing to heal. They kill them. And so you're slowing down the healing process when you think you're just cleaning your piercings and preventing infection. So instead of using peroxide or isopropyl alcohol, rubbing alcohol, you should use antimicrobial soap and rub it on your ears twice a day, like morning and night I usually do. And also they have saline wash. I have mine in a spray, so if you just use salt water, like sanitary, like salt water in a can that's been made properly sanitized, you know, there's no exposure to other things, in a can, spray it on your piercings, it washes out all the germs and washes out all the things that could get in your piercing and infect it. So that's what my piercer recommended to me. That's what has been working for me so far. I haven't gotten an infection yet, and I think that is how it's supposed to be done. Also, Neosporin, or like that ointment that they tell you to put on it if it starts getting all gross, crusty, and like a cut, it's not going to do what you want it to do. It'll heal the skin, but the skin could heal over the earring, and the skin just doesn't heal in the way that it needs to, so that the hole is left, you know, left to heal in the right way, so that you can actually take out your earrings after a period of time, put other earrings in, and that kind of thing. Third thing that I wish I knew is do not twist your earrings. When I was little, I got my ears pierced for the very first time when I was about 11 years old. My mom took me to a jeweler, and the jeweler told me twist them as much as you possibly can. The more you twist them, the better it'll heal. And I'm sure most people are told this when they get their ears pierced, because the second time I got my ears pierced, at Claire's with a gun, again, mistake, they also told me to twist them. Twisting the ear piercings gets rid of the new cells, just like putting on peroxide or alcohol on your ears. Twisting them gets rid of the new cells that are trying to form in the puncture wound, and you're slowing down the process of healing again. So all of the things that they told you would make it heal better, would prevent infection, it's slowing down the process of your body naturally healing the wounds that you've given it for aesthetics, basically. next thing, number 4, is don't get pierced with sterling silver. This is a thing that I had a problem with the second time that I got pierced at Claire's, and they pierced my ears with sterling silver, so did the first time. And both times I got pierced, my ear formed a huge lump of scar tissue around my piercing, and my piercing never healed properly after years and years. I figured it was something wrong with me, that my body rejected the piercings. What actually it is, a lot of people are allergic to sterling silver. It's not one of those metals that nobody's allergic to. It's not the metal that should be pierced with. So don't get pierced with a sterling silver earring, even if it's sanitary, even if it's sterilized in that little package that it comes in. It's not how you're supposed to get pierced, because a lot of people have a problem with it, and if you have an allergic reaction, your ear's never gonna heal like mine. And so the third time I got pierced with a professional piercer, I did all my research, and I got pierced with the right metal, and it has made a world of difference. The right metal is surgical steel. And of course the earring still has to be sterilized in that package, never touched before, until the person that is actually piercing your ear touches it with clean hands and everything. But surgical steel is something nobody's allergic to, and that's something that your ear won't heal around and form embedded and get the earring embedded in your ear and have to get surgery to remove it. It's something that is just the right way to do a piercing so that it heals properly. So basically, I went from spending a lot of money on trying twice, 2 different occasions to get my ears pierced, none of it ever healing correctly. Now I got my ears pierced, still paid a lot of money, but they're healing, and I will be able to have these piercings for the rest of my life because I used surgical steel for my earrings instead of sterling silver. And the final thing that I want to mention is do your research as thoroughly as you possibly can. My mom, when she took me when I was 11 years old, like I was saying before, I got it pierced at a jeweler. My mom had asked around of, oh, where should I take my daughter? Because she knew that Claire's is not a good option, because who wants a teenager with a gun on your daughter's ear? Who wants that? Especially because, you know, teenagers, we don't really know what we're doing. And so she figured, oh, a jeweler will know what they're doing. A jeweler's reputable. And so she asked around, got the name of a jeweler. Now, this jeweler pierced with a gun. That was my first mistake. And also, the jeweler didn't know what they were doing. They just did it based on experience rather than did it based on having true knowledge of how to pierce and how to make a proper piercing that will heal and that will look good. And so that first experience, not good, because didn't heal correctly like I mentioned before. Second experience, I went to Claire's because I was like, I just really want my ears pierced, and Claire's is cheap. So I figured if everybody gets their ears pierced at Claire's, it can't possibly be that bad. It was that bad. I went through, for the second time now, a lot of pain because I was using a gun. Hollow needles, when you get your ears pierced, don't hurt nearly as much as a gun because it's not as much trauma, and it's focused on the point that you're actually trying to make the puncture wound through, and actually the point where you're trying to get the earring through. So for all you people who just went to Claire's, I'm sorry, but you went through a lot more pain, and so did I. And that pain was not necessary. And you could have avoided all of that pain if you had done your research like I wish I did. So hopefully after watching this, you have a better idea of what to do before you get a piercing, what mistakes not to make that I made. For me, the best way to get a piercing was to go to a tattoo parlor. Not any tattoo parlor. I did my research thoroughly. I looked through all the tattoo parlors near me, all of the reviews, made sure the reviews weren't just like 20 people who are friends and family of the owners, made sure that the particular piercer that was going to pierce my ears knew what they were doing. I had a list of questions. I grilled them. What kind of needle do you pierce with? What size needle? How much does it cost, of course, but also like, where did you get your experience from, and how do you know what you're doing? And all these questions to see if they had the knowledge that they need to pierce my ears correctly and for my money to be worth it. And so tattoo parlor was the best for me because they had a professional piercer there who does this for a living, who knows what she's doing, and she also had a lot of previous customers who reviewed her and were very happy with her work. So that was what's best for me. It cost a little bit extra, but clearly I'm very happy with them. They came out perfect. She knew exactly what she was talking about, taught me all of this so I can share this with you, and I really hope that this helps. Happy piercing, and enjoy all the pretty things that you can get put in your face, in your body, and everywhere. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up if you want to see more of me, subscribe, and I love you all.